Welcome one and all, you're watching the 8th devlog for the Coliseum. My name is Missing the Moon, and this is the procedural level generation update. For all newcomers, the Coliseum is a 2D fast-paced roguelike. The faster and more skillful you play, the more the crowd is going to cheer for you and the more gold you will get for every kill you make. So let's talk about what we've been working on in the last week. We started to create levels that are not just one bubble in which every enemy is spawned and then multiple waves are spawned, but we created multiple bubbles that you can go to. Now, every single one of these bubbles is just like the old bubble, potentially. So you have this bubble, which is a normal combat bubble, which is easy. So we'll just have some enemies in there. The start bubble doesn't have any enemy. The shop bubble is empty for now, and we will put an actual shop in there. So you have a shopkeeper here and then some items in front of him, and you can just buy them in place. So the shops from now on will be in the level and not at the end of the level when you beat it. But currently in this version, that is still not implemented. Then we have normal and hard combat bubbles. Normal ones have multiple chunks inside of their waves, meaning it's just one wave, but it's multi-layered. Hard bubbles have multi-layered waves. In the next update, we will do a lot for the minimap. First of all, you shouldn't see the whole level already. You should only see the bubbles that you have yet been into and the roads that lead from those bubbles. And also in the future, we will make it that you can travel to bubbles via teleportation, meaning if you are in a bubble, you can teleport to any bubble that you have already been to. And that leads to the next thing that we will do. The paths between bubbles will be longer. And they will be more interesting because there will be traps, there will be gaps, there will be a lot of things that will make it harder to traverse them, but you will want to go through as fast as you can while there is obstacles in your way. It should have some puzzle-ish feeling to it, but should not be anything complicated that takes time to solve. But they will be an obstacle to traverse while you want to keep your hype up, so they will add some extra challenge to the game, while also changing the pace because they're more slow-paced than the really fast-paced levels. While, again, if you are really good and you're really fast, you can make them fast-paced, so they're essentially however you want them to be. Now, let's talk about the level generation algorithm. We start at one bubble, and we call this the start bubble, okay? Now, the start bubble is really simple. It's just where you start. From there, we do either 1, 2, 3, or 4 connections. I figured that 1 to 3 is the best, so I just randomize between them, and I can change that in every level. So, when we do this, we just plan these children. We say, this is planned, and let's take this one out for simplicity. Then we say, this is the first one that it's planned, this is the second one that it's planned. Let's go to this guy. And we say, hey, where should your children be? And he goes like, I want one down here. That's it. Well, cool. He's like, I want one up here and I want one side here. Well, cool. So this guy's done now. And we go to this next one. Where's your children? And he's like, here. We're like, okay, well, child, do you want children? And he's like, well, I want one here. Well, cool. And we say this guy's done because all his children plant their children. He's done. So we go to the next one. Same thing. He asks us children, do you want children? If not, then not. Done. Now, the thing is, if this guy would want a child here, he can't do that. And we can check for that, and we do check for that. So this is not possible. The really important thing is, we also don't create a path here. Why do we not do that? It's really, really simple. We don't want circles. If we had circles, it is really hard to know how far things are from here. We need, like, shortest path algorithm and stuff, and it's really annoying. And I don't know if it adds anything to the game. Yes, I don't know if we will add it in the future, because maybe it will add things into the game, but for now we don't. So the cool thing about this is, we know now how far apart are all these from the start bubble, because it's really simple. This guy's distance is just the start bubble's distance, which is 0, plus 1. So his distance is 1. Then his next bubble is his parent bubble plus 1, so it's 2. And then we know where everyone is, so this one is 3 and this one would be 2. So the exit is just the furthest bubble. If there's multiple, it's just randomly choosing one, and so it's this one. Now, where's the shop? I don't like the shop to be here or actually in this area. I want it to be on the opposite side. So it takes a bubble whose distance is 3 or 2, and that is the furthest away from this bubble in space. So it takes this one. Whichever it takes doesn't matter too much. It's just important that wherever you go, up or down, you're not wasting your time. You get one of those special things. So in the future, we will add treasure, rooms. We would add special encounters, secrets, whatever. And they would be scattered around the world so that you don't have the thing where you go somewhere and it's wasted time because there's nothing there. Well, that's it. Most of this was just me trying to figure out why the algorithm does not work and make it work, and here we are. A lot of things are not yet here that should be here. I mean, the heal circle does only stay at the start because I haven't done anything for it. I will actually have to figure out what we want to do with it, so this is what this update is for. So honestly, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, it's really, really meaningful. Also, from now on, I will try to put these out every week. So a devlog and an updated version of the game every week is the attempt. At least I want you guys to know what is going on in the development cycle, so these devlogs should be every week. Now, that will not always be possible, but I will give my best. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you did so, like and comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.